Hey guys, Rob here with McDojo Life. In today's McDojo Breakdown, we're going to be talking about one of the strangest martial arts tests in the history of martial arts. Let's check it out and let's break it down. Also, be sure to watch to the end of the video and check out some pretty cool news.
Okay, next. 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 Hi, next. Next. No. Okay, next. Hi, next. No. Hi, next.
The video you guys just got done watching is the Godon test, or the 5th degree black belt test for the Bujinkan, also known as the Sakki Test. No, not that kind of Saki, you lush. We're talking about a different kind of Saki.
Suck it to me, baby.
This kind of Saki that we're referring to when it comes to the Sakki test actually means killing intent. Now, I can kind of explain what that is, but at the end of the day, you're better off going to the source. So let's speak to the source. Let's see what the source has to say about it. So what is the Sakki test?
The Godon test. It is the 5th degree black belt test for the Bujinkan.
I mean, we already covered that, but I mean, that's cool. Thank you for confirming. Who usually does the Sakki test?
And it's typically done in front of Hatsumi Sensei.
Hatsumi Sensei, I'm extremely familiar with who that is. He is the leader of the Bujinkan. He's the guy over here wearing the female body inspector t-shirt and also rocking the killer clown from outer space type hairdo. Let's continue.
He used to do it in the old days, but now he's training the 15th dan to give the test.
That's right, you heard correctly. 15th degree black belts. That is how high the Bujinkan goes. Hatsumi Sensei decided, you know what? 10 degrees, that's not high enough. We need 15, damn it.
2 words, bigger and more.
How exactly does the test work?
You go up in front of the room, in front of all of your peers, and you kneel down.
Kneel before Zod!
Sorry, couldn't help myself with the old Superman clip, but let's continue.
And then a guy with a sword gets behind you and pulls the sword up over his head, and then they try and cut down and hit you in the head.
That sounds good in theory, but this is probably how it would actually play out. But I'm curious, so if you can't see them, then how exactly do you know when you're supposed to move out of the way?
You have to sense this and roll out of the way before it happens.
Whoa. So are we talking like Sixth Sense from like the movie Sixth Sense?
I see dead people.
Or are we talking like Spidey sense kind of sense?
It's an innate sense inside of us as human beings that is already there. That other sense, that sixth sense.
Oh, so the sense you're talking about is the nonsense.
What a load of bollocks!
What's most likely probably happening here is the fact that the person who's kneeling down sitting away from the person who's going to hit them in the head with the shinai, the boken, the sword, whatever you'd like to call it, or whatever they use at the time. What's most likely happening is the fact that they could hear and feel that the person's about to hit them in the head with a stick. That's more likely what's happening. Unfortunately, this is not how it's being sold by the Bujinkan. The Bujinkan is selling this as some type of extra perception, some type of special sixth sensibility. And there are multiple articles stating that you feel the person's intent. These articles are written by high-level members of the Bujinkan. Even 15th degree black belts in the Bujinkan have written these articles saying that you're supposed to feel the person's intent. Hence the word Saki, killing intent. The truth is that what's really happening here is it's a rigged test. It's just a rigged test, and I can prove it. I'll show you 2 clips here, and then we can look at these and examine them, and you can see that it's just a rigged piece of nonsense. Here's Exhibit A. Dude sitting down in the seiza position, turned away from the instructor. The instructor just comes straight down, whack, right on the head. I could watch that shit all day. As a matter of fact, let's watch it a couple more times.
Okay, next. Okay, next.
Now, Exhibit B, you might actually notice this guy. This guy's name is Daishihan Mark Rimke. He's actually the guy we actually just got done listening to explain what the Sakki Test is. As you probably guessed, he's also a 15th degree black belt in the Bujinkan. They giving these things away like Oprah, but I digress. As you can see in this particular video, there's something just a little off whenever he does his test. It's actually a little different than the gentleman before, and if you weren't paying attention, it's very subtle and you might not even notice it. In the first video we showed, it just comes straight down and whacks the guy on the head. In this particular video with Mr. Rimke here, he actually raises his body just slightly. Hatsumi Sensei raises his body right before striking him, basically giving him warning that he's about to hit him on the head. Don't believe me? Let's watch it again in slow motion. You can clearly see right before he decides he's going to strike that he raises his body, giving him a moment to be able to move his body out of the way. And then right when he moves out of the way, he comes crashing down with the sword. As I took a look back over the video, the original video that I showed at the beginning of this, I noticed that it's really similar, almost extremely similar to something that I've seen before. Does anybody remember Homie the Clown?
I don't think so. 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 Over and over and over again.
What we really need is we need Homie the Clown to start administering these Sakki tests, and then you'll see the real champions. Since this has to do with more ninjutsu, or Budo Taijutsu for anyone who's going to be really nitpicky, but since this is dealing with ninjutsu, rather than doing the Dillmans, we're actually going to wind up doing the Ashita Kims, and I'm going to give this one 5 out of 5 Ashita Kims. You would assume that this would be extremely easy to prove false. Just give me a stick, let me whack you in the head, and if you get out of the way, I guess you got the skill, and if you don't, you just whacked in the head, which is most likely going to happen. But rather than them just letting that be an option, they actually even made it a little bit more steeped in bullshit, so that way you can't really even do it to them. I actually visited a Bujinkan school that had a 15th degree black belt. We did this for our documentary. And when I was there, I actually asked if I could help administer the test to somebody. And they said, oh, no, you're not allowed to do that. And I was like, well, what if you do it to me? They were like, oh, we're not even allowed to do that. Here's the answer why. The reason that you're not allowed to is because the test is actually a two-way street, according to them. Not only does the person who is receiving the test have to feel the intent of the attacker trying to whack them on the head, but the person who's administering the test actually has to project it in a very specific way, so that way the person being attacked actually knows when they're about to get whacked on the head. So, not just anyone can administer this test, which is a load of nonsense. Now, there are going to be people out there who go, man, I already took the Bujinkan Sakki test. I know what I felt. I know it's real. Man, people are brainwashed all the time. And the truth is that neither I nor anyone else is going to be able to tell you different about being brainwashed because you know better. You already know that you felt something. The sad part is most likely you were brainwashed and being taken advantage of by a kooky old man who just wants you for your money. That's the reason that he made it up to 15th degrees, so he can keep charging you more and get more money out of fees. But at the end of the day, I could be wrong. Maybe you have this magical ability, right? Maybe you do. And I say, if that's something that you enjoy, have at it. Enjoy yourself. But what I will do is I will say this. Don't try to convince other people that they have this nonsense. If you believe that and you want to be in your own little happy fantasy bubble, have at it. But the moment that you start taking advantage of people and trying to convince them they have some magical ability that they don't, in a world that is quite dangerous, you're putting them in harm's way, and you would be a piece of garbage for doing that. Like the Bujinkan? Stay with it. Want to do Bujinkan ninjutsu? Have at it. You want to continue to follow Hatsumi? Do your thing. But don't lie to people. Don't take advantage of naive people, and don't try to convince people they have magical powers that they do not. I did this a while ago, and it was really fun, and I got a lot of good responses, and more people watched to the end of the videos to actually hear what I had to say and hear my opinion about things, so I'm going to do it again. The last time I did this, I gave a color for you guys to sign on your comment section, so whenever you left a message, you left that particular color to let me know that you actually watched to the end of the video. This time, I'm going to do it a little differently, and I'm going to say sign off your messages in the comment section with your favorite mystical creature. Mine, the Chupacabra. Also, for anybody who stayed watching to the end of this video, we started doing limited edition apparel. We're going to be doing limited edition apparel once a month, every month. We're talking rash guards, gis, gloves, equipment, all kinds of stuff. And this month, it's going on just this week. It ends November 1st. You will not be able to get this after that. Is our legit hoodie. All right, so we have this hoodie. It's actually pretty fucking awesome. I wouldn't sell it if it wasn't. If you notice the sublimated, the gray writing in the background here is all martial arts techniques. Double leg takedown, jab cross, rear naked choke, stuff like that. And then, of course, the legit in the middle because we try to keep martial arts legit. If you get the opportunity, if it's something that you like, I say go over to epicrollbjj.com. I'll leave the link right here, and I'll also add the link in the bio below. And you can pick it up and you can support the page and also have a sweet, nice, comfy hoodie. Next month, we're going to be doing gis. So you're going to get a McDojo Life gi dropping next month. So keep an eye out. We're going to drop that the week of Cyber Monday through Black Friday. So keep an eye out. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comment sections. It's always a joy to be able to see other people's opinions and things like that, as long as we're respectful to one another and have a good time. I appreciate your thoughts, comments, shares, subscriptions, and all that other crap people online tell you to do. Keep the martial arts legit.